crazy sound. It's been 8 months since we last recorded.
Literally 8 months.
It's been 84 years. Sunday morning, leaves are falling. Rain is falling. That was right in my face.
Hey, Nana.
They're lesbians.
That's the thing. Okay.
I will take no comment.
Okay, here's my comment. Welcome back to Archangels.
Welcome back.
I will be partaking in a 21 plus beverage.
Get crazy, get wild.
What's up, Buttercup?
Oh, you know, I went to LA.
Get crazy, get wild.
This bitch is officially a Californian.
For 48 hours.
No, tell.
Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack invited me to LA to celebrate their new store. And it was just super fun. I went to first class for the first time. Like, I flew first class for the first time.
Up in the sky.
The hotel was luxe. I got a facial. I got so many new clothes. Like, I just experienced Beverly Hills.
That's where I wanna be. What was your let's do your rose and thorn.
Okay.
Start with the thorn. Start with the bad.
Oh.
And then do rose.
Well.
Oh. I was like, what? And then I was like, right.
Well, on the flight back from LA, as soon as the plane touched New York, I projectile vomited all over myself.
And how did that make you feel?
Embarrassed. Okay. I was trying so hard to hold it in. Like, I have like my hand. This is a trigger warning for everyone with what's it called, emetophobia.
Oh yeah, vomit.
Vomit fear. So trigger warning. I was like holding my hand over my mouth just to like hold it in, just so I don't like, and I felt it coming and I couldn't, and it was too much for me to hold, and it just came out all over the first class blanket, all over myself. I saw a few chunks on the hall. And then again, it was two times.
How long did it take for the lady, or not lady, excuse me, the flight attendant to run over?
They did not, because it was landing. So everyone had to like stay in their post. So no one well, obviously someone must have noticed.
Yeah.
But no one did. And then as soon as the plane, there was no sign for like you could take off your seatbelt, and people were like standing up to get their bags. Yeah. I ran to the bathroom.
In the airport?
No.
Oh, on the plane?
On the flight. Yeah, on the plane. Okay. And I like, cleaned myself up as best as I could. I throw a blanket on the floor of and you know what? I don't know what could have. Obviously, this is a worst case scenario, but I also realized that the toilet in that bathroom was stuck.
Shut up.
So I think even if I would have made it, and on my way, I think I did tell you this, but I was waiting for everyone to get off the flight so that I can go in and then get my things and go. Mm-hmm. And on the way out, a little kid said, "It smells like throw up." It smells like someone threw up in here. I was right next to him. And I was like, you know what, kid? You're right. God. You know what? You're right.
I'll cheers.
And he was correct.
Little kid, you were right, but you were still a dick.
And then on the way out, I heard there was like the cleaner. So it's a crew that cleans, separate from the flight attendants. And then I heard the flight attendant say to them, okay, so just to letting you guys know, there is a vomit situation in Alpha 6, which was my seat.
Oh my God, not the NATO phonetic alphabet. No.
Because it was A6.
Sir, we have a vomit situation in Alpha 6. Okay, get this though. If you're gonna yak, do it in fucking first class. Also, you weren't drunk. That's like probably 90%.
I was not.
I know you weren't. Also, you weren't acting like they might think you're drunk. So like,
yeah,
you're fine.
I really hope they didn't think I was drunk. What about you? What was your thorn in your rose?
The thorn, my mental chemicals. I'd say like maybe like every 4 periods I get a depressive episode, and this was that period, and it's just so odd, like being aware of it and just knowing that you have that condition. So I was battling some depression. Rose wise,
Love is Blind.
Oh my God. Rose's Love is
Rose.
Blind.
That's a Rose.
I cannot wait to watch. We're about to become a Love is Blind podcast.
I know.
Archangels, a podcast where we talk about everything.
Maybe a bonus episode where we talk about Love is Blind.
We never clapped. Oh shit.
Archangels, episode 6. Nana.
I need your love.
I need your love.
I'm a rock and roller. Oh my God. The time has come for us to do the anime. Changed my life forever. It's the reason why I subconsciously moved to New York. The reason why I try to get myself to leave the house. And the reason why I cry over 2-dimensional characters. Nah, fucking nah.
Is there something in this arc that would make you cry normally?
Here's the thing.
Okay, because I was like, there's nothing really, I mean, other than...
Weirdly enough, when I cry, I realize it doesn't have to really do with like the content of what's happening. It's the music and ambiance. I am such a slut for ambiance because like take
this show is very ambiance.
Oh
yeah.
Okay, well like take I'm reading that Joan Didion book, Play It As It Lays or something, and like people don't like the book because they're like nothing happens, and I'm like so much happens, y'all don't get it. I'm like not you Neanderthals needing like concrete plot points in order to feel like something's going on. The fuck. So I cry depending on my mood every intro.
Okay.
There's just something about the hey Nana. Oh.
It's nostalgic. When did you first watch Nana?
Oh, I'm sweating for real. I think I watched it. Oh, it's so hazy. It's like I remember in my old house in Southern California, it being dark and it being the summertime, and maybe like 2014, because it was before I graduated high school. Because I think I was in high school being like, I can't wait to be an adult. Is this your first time? Did I introduce you to it?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've heard about Nana, but I've only heard about it in the sense of like it being like this very grungy anime with like, and this, I heard about it as like this very grungy lesbian anime. It's not one of those things.
You don't think it's grungy or lesbian?
No, one of them is not.
It's not grungy?
It's not a lesbian anime.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately.
Well, yeah, like we'll get in. That's like one of the things I wanted to talk about this show.
I have a lot to say about it.
What do we normally do? Should we just like jump in?
Yeah.
Okay. I can set the scene. So, Nana is all about two 20-year-old girlies, one on opposite sides of the town. They're both from like Nana. Okay, I'm gonna call sweet Nana Hachiko.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're both named Nana. And one is like very sweet. One's like, oh my god, I'm Nana. Another one is like, I'm Nana. Ugh. One is like lost, doesn't really know what she wants to do, but knows that she feels a sense of urgency to do something. Another one is like been very scorned by life, and wants to be a famous singer, semi out of spite of her ex-boyfriend leaving their band to go to this like famous cooler band. But if there's one thing this show does that's just fucking sexy, is complexity. Just you want to be like, oh my god, I hate this one character, but you're like, do I? And so we watched either episode or chapter, I don't really know, 7 through 14, which is the arc like showing Nana Hachiko's relationship kind of falling apart, while Nana's
to 14 and then 17 to 19.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they were the chapters or the episodes.
Chapters.
I did episodes,
Oh, okay.
so I got confused.
Whatever. Oh. Wait, I had to say before we do this, it's a very mini voice actor corner. Because Nana Hachiko is voiced by Kelly Sheridan, and you're not gonna fucking guess who this bitch voices.
Is it a girl? Another girl? Will I genuinely not guess? Have I seen the anime?
It's not an anime.
It's not an anime? Wait. It's not an anime?
No.
Hey, Nana. What do you think if we looked up in the stars one night? Is this someone? Is it from As Told by Ginger? Someone from
It's Barbie.
Which Barbie?
Every Barbie.
Every Barbie has the same voice?
All the way from like Rapunzel or Swan Lake or the one with the sister, the twins.
Cinderella?
No, the one with the twins with the Poppers?
I
No,
don't know. I didn't do Disney or Barbie things.
Barbie. It's the same voice actor.
Wow.
She is Barbie.
Good for Nana. Good for Hachiko.
Isn't that crazy? I was like,
what's your first note?
my first note is
Starting with episode 7, chapter 7.
the theme song is absolutely iconic. I'm a rock and rose.
My first note, I wrote so many quotes down. The show just makes me so emotional because, like, I don't know. I watched it probably, like, it's one of those depression shows that I watch that, like, when you need that escape, that's the thing. I was looking for escapism, and this, like, because it was so plain-ish, slice of life-y, I felt like I was actually transported into the show, which is probably why I'm so emotionally attached to it.
I will say this show screams with Cancer Scorpio vibes.
If Nana has to, I know she's an Aquarius, but she has to be a Scorpio rising.
Absolutely.
There's no way she's not. Like,
Like,
girl.
this whole show is Cancer and Scorpio. This whole show.
My first note was when Nana said, all I knew about her was her name. Y'all, from a writing perspective, the formatting of the show, the use of dialogue, the use of names, the use of different motifs is just so beautiful throughout. Like, I just love that. Like, I honestly was thinking about Free because I was watching it as I was editing, and I like, they all have girl names. And so it's just like the fact that they're both named Nana, which like it apparently is like the number 7 in Japan, which is apparently unlucky there. They live in apartment 707. They're both, Anyways, so we essentially I started us off at when they meet again in the apartment. They met on the train, both nanas, and then they parted ways, built to go live in Tokyo, found each other at an apartment, and were like, I want it. No, I want it. And then they were like, let's just both live here. And they were like, okay.
And they were roommates.
And it's just adorable because they're so different, but you can totally tell that they're the same. Let me see.
They're lesbians.
That's the thing. Okay.
I will take no comment.
Okay, here's my comment. I love gay shit. I have
It's
watched
so
gay
fucking
porn
gay.
that is less gay than this. My thing is I'm like, the sanctity, I feel like this show is just such spotlights the beauty of, like, I hate to say it, platonic friendship.
Okay.
Because I'm just like,
You know what? That makes so much sense.
no, like it can be gay.
You and your romantic and platonic
Well,
confusion makes so much sense with this because I'm going to tell you some of the quotes that I wrote down.
Yes.
I know lots about her. She's beautiful, has a sexy voice.
Okay.
It's one of those feelings you just can't describe. I can't. It's love.
There's the one where she's like, I'm not your boyfriend. No, you're way more important to me than that.
Yeah.
You're like, she's like, Nana, they kissed.
If
Listen,
Nana was a guy, she'd be the love of my life.
many people have said that to me, bro.
Okay.
No, here's the thing. Because I'm like, it to me is almost like how there's too many love songs that, like,
I wanted to continue holding that hand that night and forever.
okay, no, definitely gay. Great. But when are friendships not allowed to be like that?
Not like that. That is crazy.
You've never had a friendship like that?
Where we're in love with each other? No.
I'm in love with my friends.
Yeah, but not in love. You love them. You're not in love with them. This is
think you can be in love with your
gay.
friends?
This is the most gay thing I've ever seen.
I'm not gonna say it's not gay. I
It's
think I
so
just want to
gay.
comment more on, like,
I love a good friendship. Friends are very important to me.
Yeah.
I love my friends.
yeah.
They're girlfriends.
But the thing is that, like, I think that it's so beautiful. I feel like it's like not as, no, what it is. I don't think it's that black and white.
The only thing that I've known about Nana is that it's gay. And so, like, coming into it, that's kind of what I expected. And I feel like if I would have seen this by myself, I would have stopped. I wouldn't have continued watching it because they kind of like
Bait.
you. Yeah. And especially with, like, things like Nana being like, don't look at me like don't think of me that way. But then they kiss.
Right.
And or, like, you know, things like that. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, why would you keep doing that then? If you wanted to do a gay story, do a gay story.
But I think
then-
it's like the sanctity of like
But then you have, like, BLs that aren't BLs, like Haikyuu or, like, whatever. But then you don't have them have girlfriends. Like, in
what do you mean?
this show, they have boyfriends. So, like, even if they're not, like, in BLs where they're not BLs, you can pretend that they're boyfriends because they don't have girlfriends of their own.
that's worse.
In this show, no, I think it's better. In this show, you can't even pretend that they're girlfriends because they have boyfriends.
Because I don't think they're girlfriends.
I feel like it would be better.
This
if they were.
author doesn't seem like the type, like, I don't think she would have a problem making them gay. And I think what it is about Nana is that, like, I think you should be able to have those kinds of, that deepness and that, like, romance, but allow it to be friends.
Okay.
Because it just seems like they need each other so much. And if it was just them, it would be really bad. I think that's what it is. I think if they were girlfriend, they would be really bad.
Together.
Yeah. And I think the only
Probably.
thing allowing it to be good is the fact that they're not girlfriends.
I wish I were girlfriends.
I feel like if they were, because it's almost like they're like protecting each other from the world, and they wouldn't be able to protect each other if they were in a relationship, because at some point they would have to protect each other from one another, which they low-key kind of do. I think it's just like I don't get the gay thing. I get why it seems like that, but
this is a very iconic lesbian anime. Even if it's not a lesbian anime, like it's still very like iconic, and like I've heard a lot about it before watching it. But I do get that. Like friendship is important.
It's like
I just can't help but think about how much more I would enjoy the show if it was gay.
So like, I mean, 'cause like like, I mean, you hear about girlies like kissing their friends or like kissing each other, and then like,
yeah, that's not okay.
What?
You know, kissing each other when you're drunk for guys. I mean,
no,
nanas,
not for, well, yeah, yeah.
The nanas didn't do it for attention, so
No.
The nanas. That they should have called that the band.
What?
Nanas.
Oh my god.
The nanas.
The way Nana, like, yeah. Hachiko, the way I like, this is my third time watching it, and I'm like, this bitch really is just like inserting herself into the narrative. Like, she has nothing
really
to do with this
is.
band.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So okay, yeah. So we start with them at the apartment. We meet Daddy Yasu. Oh my god. Ah! Who is the old drummer from Nana's old band back home, Blast.
I'm very confused by their relationship.
That's the best part
Very
about this
confused by
show.
it, because I'm just like, are y'all friends? Are y'all dating? Like, are y'all in love? I don't get it. I'm like, maybe, okay. I realize this now.
What?
I like very, like, I like
Black and white
categories in my
thinking.
relationships.
Huh?
I like categories in my relationships.
Okay.
Like, you're either my friend or we're dating.
Black and white.
Black and white. I don't like complexities in my relationships because I just like to know where I stand with people. So I think maybe that's my problem with the show is that there's no categories. Everyone is just feeling each other, and that's very nice. And you know, if you can if you can live like that, I applaud you. But yeah, I realize that's what it is.
Because there's no lines in the show.
No lines at all.
Maybe that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Because I don't like it being as black and white as like
Yeah.
they're gay or they're not. I'm like,
there's like complex, like there's like shades of gray.
I think all friendships should be a little gay. Maybe that's what I mean.
Okay,
I do.
I don't think so.
I
but-
think that if that like
but
feels
I can
correct.
see. You know what? I can see how this show made you the person that you are. Like I can totally, yeah.
Why? What
that
makes you say
makes
that?
so much sense.
Why?
Because, like, I don't know. Your like demisexuality, like it makes sense with this show. Like needing to like be friends first, or like needing to like, and you like complexities.
I love it.
And I like simple things.
Yeah, because it's gonna sound so wild, but our relationship is not gay.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah.
And it's because I like my lines. I need them.
You know.
That's what, like, I don't know.
No earth in my chart. I've never seen a line, bitch. I only see circles. Okay.
I've never seen a line that I don't cross. Anyway, let's move on.
Yes. Okay. It's gonna be so hard to review because I'm just gonna keep fucking moaning into the mic. But
I just said dramatic music plays as she turns around as if she was falling in love. They're in love. The way Nana looks at her, I'm weak.
The music. Third watch, I was like, this is some of the most dramatic shit I've ever seen in my life.
It is.
It's a
very
soap
dramatic.
opera.
Yeah, it is.
I did not realize.
It really is. It's very soap opera.
Let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can do my impression. Wait,
Okay.
so. Also, I was gonna say, deep down, I know I want to be Nana so bad, but I know I'm Hachiko.
Yeah, probably.
You're Nana. I'm Hachiko for sure. This bitch is telling everyone's business. She's always like doubting herself. She's like deluded. She's so delusional.
That's where the cancer comes in. She's a cancer.
Okay, so I'm gonna pretend to be Hachiko, and then I'm gonna see if I can do some editing on the background to make it look like Nana.
Okay.
It's exactly how she goes. She goes like, I'll apply it to my life. What's going on? No, I don't want to spill my tea like that. I want to. It's if I'm Hachiko, I'm like, Nana looks so good in her outfit today. She always wears things like that. Wow, I wonder if one day I'll be able to wear clothes like that too. But the demon lord, he wouldn't want me to wear clothes like that. But if Nana will, I can too. I should go see what I'm gonna make for dinner. Nana! Nana looks so good in her outfit today. She always wears things like that. Wow, I wonder if one day I'll be able to wear clothes like that too. But the demon lord, he wouldn't want me to wear clothes like that. But if Nana will, I can too. I should go see what I'm gonna make for dinner. Nana! And when I turn my head to the left, it's gonna be like da 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 na 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 na. Thank you.
Truly iconic.
June and Sosuke are the voice of
They're
reason.
my favorite characters. They're Earth.
They are Earth.
They're Earth signs.
They are on the ground. Everyone else is like
on the ground.
Yasu is just like, I'm gonna bring this up, acts of service king.
Yes, 100% acts of
Bro,
service king.
like I want a Yasu.
Me
so
too.
bad.
I was gonna say I want Yasu to take
Not
care
even
of
like
shit for
to
me.
date.
Just to have.
Yeah.
Just for him to take care of shit for me.
Like
Please.
Yasu is just like such a good guy. He's the fact that he like wants to be a lawyer and is like bald and looks crazy. Also the fashion in the show alone. That's also what adds to the vibiness. Like I said, this is a soap opera. Nana seeing Rin on the poster when they're in the music store. Nana like the music and like, oh my god, that's Trap Nest. Nana's like
So dramatic. I don't know how, like, Hashi is she's so in her own world.
Hachiko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have realized that Nana and Ren have a past right away.
She's so real for that.
Like, I'm like, how could you not notice it?
Because she's a narcissist.
Yeah. No, I know how she didn't notice it.
No,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy that you didn't.
The third watch.
Can I just say
it?
I hate this bitch.
Damn.
I do. I hate her. I can't stand her.
You like me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She gets better near the end, I think. Like once she like gets out of her own little world and like starts helping Nana, I do like her more. But she confuses the fuck out of me. Because I'm just like, why are you she's just like ugh, I just can't stand her. Like I said, why does this lesbian anime have a main character that's so guy crazy?
Because it's not a lesbian anime. Like
but she just like she's so guy crazy that she's always flirting with other guys, and then like last minute remembers that she has a boyfriend, and then is somehow surprised that her boyfriend is cheating on her or like cheated on her, but then the only reason why she's independent is for a guy. How is that being independent? Girl, just move in together.
a beautiful lesson on writing flawed characters.
Yeah. I think you're supposed to like feel sorry for her a little bit. Like, oh, she's so cute and so delusional. You know, kind of like how June feels about her. I feel like that's how we're supposed to feel.
Yeah. Because it's so funny because watching this when I was younger than this age, I was like, I can't wait to be so overwhelmed with life that I'm this stupid.
Yeah.
Like getting excited to have issues like that.
Yeah.
And then now watching it back, I'm like, yeah, that was very me at 20. I was like, yep, fulfilling
I
the
feel like
prophecy.
I would feel differently about the show if I saw it at your age.
Like, and then
yeah, because it is one of those shows that I feel like would impact me.
I found it refreshing that like 20-year-olds are actually being portrayed as 20-year-olds. Like when these 20-year-olds are like, oh yeah, I'm the CEO at Big Bank on Wall Street. It's like, you're a child. Like, I know you're an adult, but you're a child.
It doesn't really feel like an anime. It kind of just feels like a show.
Oh, Josei anime. Josei.
Yeah.
She goes out with Shoji after like worrying so much about Nana being alone in the apartment by herself.
Oh yeah.
And then she gets Nana a Jackson burger, and Shoji's like, what the fuck? And Shoji says something that makes me want to knife him.
Yeah.
Hachi kept being like, oh my god, Nana's gonna be lonely in the apartment by herself. And this little bitch says, Nana's not the type of girl to get lonely. You watch your goddamn mouth. Just because someone has a hard shell and exterior and is hot doesn't mean that they don't get lonely, Shoji. What the fuck do you mean? What does it even mean? Oh, like, she's not the type to get lonely. Shut up. I think that's like a... Loneliness is a huge, huge thing in this show.
Absolutely.
This is also why I like it. I feel like it does a good job at, like, expressing the complexities of it.
Mm-hmm. He's also very much a guy.
I do like... That's the thing. I like every character, and I also, like...
He's very much a boy.
Yep.
Like, he wants to be considerate of Nana, but he also is getting impatient and wants sex all the time. And also, he doesn't get her, but also, like, he loves her, but he gets distracted. And it's just, like, he's very human, you know?
That's what I love about this.
Yeah. In episode 9, I don't remember what happened because I didn't write plot points, but Hashi says, do I really know what I really want? It's all great, but something's missing. Maybe I'm asking for too much.
Oh!
I was like, relatable.
That's the thing. I'm like everything that Hachiko says, I'm like, I've been there, babe. This show is like, I think this show is exactly just like how my brain works, which is like really bad because I'm like
Scorpio and Cancer.
Yeah, like the things that Nana talks about and analyzes is exactly kind of how I work. Like, she said something like the Sex Pistols, Vivienne Westwood, and such and such cigarettes. Those were Nana's favorite things, and they never changed. That's what was so cool about Nana, because I feel like I'm changing my mind every day. It's all about analyzing someone, then making it about yourself. That's all I do. Like, how can I pull focus?
It's almost it's a fixation. I think not like Hachiko is like fixated on Nana.
Infatuated.
Yeah, because she's everything I want to be. So cool, so like whatever. Mm-hmm. She's hot. Okay.
Oh my god, Nana is so hot.
So hot.
And we see Nana asleep on the ground near the heater, and you see her wren flower tattoo. Not the lotus flower, the wren flower.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what that's about.
Wonder what's... yeah, honestly.
Except we already know. That's another thing I wish they started here.
The show?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I wish it didn't give us like those flashbacks from a couple episodes.
Mm.
Like, you know, like how it went, how we already know that Ren and Nana have a past.
Yes.
I wish we didn't know.
That would be gaggy.
So that we were finding out with
Hachiko
and be like, ooh, I wonder what this past with Ren is.
Yeah.
Imagine how like insane of a plot twist that would be if like you find out with Hachiko that like Ren and Nana used to have a past. Like, I feel like that would be so good. And so like while these episodes were going on, I was like, God, I wish that was how the story went.
It would also make Hachiko more tolerable, because then like you're not blaming her for missing all the obvious signs.
Yes, because you're like wondering with her.
Yeah. I said Hachi's inner monologue is so perfect and accurate. It's indecisive. It's wishy-washy. It's annoying and whiny, and just encapsulates being in your 20s.
Yes. They sleep together.
That's what I love. Don't you want to do that with your friends?
No. That's
the thing. I'm like, because I feel like a big thing also with like homophobic people is they're like, I don't want that to be gay. It's like how there's men's skincare.
Yeah.
Men, you can wash your ass and not be gay. Like, you can sleep with your friends and not be gay.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be. I mean, I would love for you to be gay and sleep with your friends. What's one anime friendship relationship that you think isn't gay?
None.
Thank you. Okay, so we get the impromptu concert that also made me
Oh
cry.
yes, he gets on the table because what's his name? The skinhead
Yasu.
who I had to Google it because I was like, oh,
Is that over?
is that something I shouldn't say? He has a song. They wrote a song, and which is a theme song. And she sings it in front of she gets on the table and sings it in front of Nana, Hachiko. It was very romantic. And Hachiko was looking at her like she was in love.
Because that's the other thing. You know what also I think about this is because I think romance only hurts Nana or hurts Hachiko.
Yeah.
So it was like the first time maybe in her life. Well, no, because she's like June. June's a good friend, but June mind her business. June
has boundaries.
Maybe a little too much though.
No, for sure. When I guess we'll talk about it.
We can talk about it.
Okay.
This is just a gossip.
As like the day after
Shoji
Hachiko finds out that her boyfriend is cheating on her, June comes in and is like berating this girl. Like, girl, this is not the time.
And June had been knew about it.
She did know. And she's like, oh, like, I don't want to, like, he's a good guy, like, whatever. I don't, like, so apologist. Like, I get that he's your friend too, but you don't have to say these things. Like, you can keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you don't agree, like, that's the type of thing where, like, lying by omission, you should do that in that situation.
Ooh,
like
speak.
It, like when she said, like, oh, like, I'm also Joshi's friend and Shoji's friend, and I feel like I'm stuck in the middle between you guys. Don't say that. You don't have to mention it. She didn't ask. You don't have to say it.
Nice.
Because, like, that is putting her in such a rough situation. Like, she didn't ask to be cheated on. Yeah. You know? It was kind of like victim blaming a little bit. Like, sure. Like, I feel like Hachiko deserved some sort of, like, lecture, but that was not the time to do it.
Yeah, you kind of have to remember sometimes that, yeah, like, Junko is also 20 and is also dumb.
No, for sure.
But complexity. That's honestly, that's going to be this episode's ocean trauma. Complexity.
Because for complexity.
complex character. Because, yeah, like, on one hand, you're like, Nana, she's selfish. Nana is Hachiko is fucking selfish. But at the same time, because we get that inner monologue of Hachiko and stuff, we know that she's actually trying to be more independent and things like that. And we see the way that, like, her peers, like, based off the way she acts, but, like, they treat her like a child. Yeah. And
especially Junko.
Junko really does. And it's kind of like, you can't even really blame Junko because Hachiko be acting like a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But this impromptu concert is so iconic because it's fucking writing. The kitchen table was your stage. The cell phone was your mic. And the crescent moon was your spotlight, Nana. You're the only one in the world who could make magic like that. Wow.
This is so Alexandra coded.
Oh my God.
This is Polk coded.
Nana, like, and it's just the coolness of it where Nana's like, oh, okay, like, where's my amp? Like, pulls out a full amp. Nana came there with, like, a leather jacket and an anger in her pocket. She was like, all right, they only sold one ticket to the show. Well, that sucks. No matter what, we're going to give you a good show. Hit it. Shoji cheated.
He sure did.
Oh my God, corny, lame, boo, tomato, I'm throwing tomato.
Shoji cheated. And both Nanas find out.
Who do you think was in the wrong?
Majority, like, if we're doing black and white thinking. I'm sorry. Shoji.
Yeah, I agree.
Because also, if you think about it, we know what Nana does. Shoji doesn't. Shoji thinks that Nana is still just being a good girlfriend.
That's true.
And she's not really being bad. They're
just, like, not communicating.
No. And they're comfortable.
They're comfortable. And also, like, he was just like, well, she wants to be independent. She wants to do her own thing.
Right.
Like, whatever. What he doesn't know is that she's doing all this for him. But then in his brain, he's like, if she's doing all this for me, why can't we just live together? Which makes sense. You know, that's a solid argument.
It's a thing between like how cats think like, oh, they're feeding me, I'm a king. Dogs think, oh, they're feeding me, they're God. Where like you can kind of see both sides. But with this breakup moment, oh my God, I love Nana in this moment.
And June finds out because, what's his name? Sosuke tells her because Shoji tells him.
Hey, Sosuke, have you ever cheated on anybody?
So subtle. King of subtlety, to be honest.
And he was like, really, you haven't? Sosuke was like, what?
The way he's like, he doesn't even look that guilty.
No.
In that moment makes me not be on his team. And Sosuke's like, no, I've never. And then turns out that he was the one being cheated on.
Sosuke?
Yeah.
Oh, like in the past?
Yeah. Like, I don't think he told him that.
Oh, because he went into June and was like,
yeah.
And
he's like, no, I'll be too afraid of June. It's like, oh, about what she would do to you? Yeah. And he's like, no, about losing her.
Oh,
and
so
like that
scary.
whole mentality is so much of like, this is someone who's actually in love and cares about his partner in a very human way, like as a human, versus someone who's still a child and looks at his girlfriend as just like his girlfriend.
You know what this is?
What?
Junko and Sosuke, Brett and Tiffany.
Absolutely.
Shoji and Nana, Kwame, and fucking Chelsea.
Absolutely. Except, you know, we love Chelsea's a little bit more mature.
Yeah, no, yeah, Chelsea. Yeah,
but yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly what it is.
No, Junko and Sosuke are Brett and Tiffany. Absolutely, they are.
They're also both hot.
They're also so
That's
hot.
another thing about this anime that I fucked with is that like this is one of the first animes where like the characters look different.
Yeah.
Well, let me take that back. But like, I guess there was just there's black people.
Exactly. Yeah. And they're not like, except for the blackface sister.
Listen, that was.
I think it's Guaru. I think that's what it is. Like extra super tan.
Oh, her sister.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
that is Gyaru.
But
Junko,
you know,
I think it's just like half.
It's problematic.
Gyaru. Yeah, that's probably. How did the scene make you feel?
Which one? The main breakup scene?
The breakup scene where Nana was about to punch him for Hachiko.
Oh, I was saying punch. I was saying punch him before she even was going in at it. I was like, thank God someone's listening to me. I'm upset she didn't punch him.
Nana, Aquarius sun, Scorpio rising, Aries moon.
Absolutely. So close to me.
What took me by surprise with this when I first watched it was like, yeah, everyone was so mad and like Nana was like about to swing and I was like lit. But then when Hachiko wasn't saying anything, at first I was a little like, Nana, what? When Nana was like, Hachiko, why are you just standing there? Say something. He's your boyfriend. But it really is true.
I was like, what do you mean fight? Because Nana says, fight for your boyfriend.
Yes.
And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do shit. Why would she want to fight for someone who cheated on you? Like the way that Nana like made it look, it was like that stereotypical girl versus girl fighting for the man.
You think?
Fuck that shit, man. Like Hachiko lost him the moment he cheated. She doesn't have to fight to get him back. Why would Hachiko want him back?
To me, it seemed like when I ask you for advice on something, right? Like the advice I recently just asked you about, and I was like telling you, and you were like, "Oh my God," I would be like pissed, da 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 da. But then I was like, "Actually, I don't think that that's what I want." And then you were like, "Oh, well, knowing that, it seemed like Nana was like, don't you want this man? Like you should be fighting." But the second that Hachiko was like, "I don't want him," Nana was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Like, oh, okay, never mind. Then.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it seemed like to me, Nana was like, if A plus B equals C, then she was like, if you like Shoji like you say you do, why aren't you fighting him right now?
Yeah.
And the person who pissed me off the most in this situation was Sachiko being like, if anyone should get hit, it's me.
I know, bitch. I mean, unless you really want to. I was like,
Nana, go for it. Nana.
I was like, Nana, punch her then. She wants to get hit.
Yeah, but
I wish Nana would have punched her. That would have been funny. Oh, something that I want to say. I find so cute the dynamic between Sheen and the Nanas. Like, they're his mom. They're his moms. It's
at
so
the dinner
cute.
table,
And they're like, don't smoke. Or like,
Sheen is hooking.
Sheen is absolutely wild, and he's doing the Akihiko thing. He's like spending the night, like he's homeless, spending the night
down.
with a woman in order to like have a safe home. It's worrying.
The only thing that he's different with Akihiko is he proud.
He is proud.
Sheen said,
He's
and
15
what?
and proud.
And what?
And all of those women are pedophiles.
We'll get into it. I'll tell you after, cause,
Okay.
whatever. But yeah, it gets crazy. No, yeah, it's also so fun to see that just gives very like, because in America it's like moving to New York. I guess in Japan it seems like moving to Tokyo.
Yeah.
But like these classic tropes of like reinventing yourself in like a new land, which is like the sexiest thing to me. So seeing this like I was like, oh my god, so great. I was like, I should move to New York and like a hook.
Junko, we already talked about this scene, but something that Jun says is he's having a hard time too
Who?
about Shoji.
To Hachiko?
No, Junko says that to Hachiko about Shoji after the cheating thing. She says he's having a hard time too, and I said, "Girl, what? Why would you say that? He is not having a hard time.
Early 2000s.
He is not having a hard time at all. What?
Shoji's rolling in it. The fuck?
And June is in her home saying these things the day after. Girl, read the room.
Read the room that you're not paying rent for. I'd be like, excuse me.
Okay, so Hachiko finds out that Ren and Nana used to have a past. We can
Hachiko
start
was
there.
digging. Yes, so like it is kind of crazy how everyone around these two people know that Nana is related to, like, has relations with Ren from Trap Nest. He was their bassist, or he was their guitarist,
Yeah.
and then got picked up to play bass for Trap Nest. It is now like everyone's bias.
Yeah.
So Nana finds out because she like goes. She's like, I don't know anything. Or Hachiko finds out because she doesn't know anything about Nana. Tracks down Sheen and Nobu. And Sheen's like, well, Nobu told me when he was drunk in this thing that they have a past together.
Yeah.
I love Ren and Nana. I love them.
And then the wheels start turning in Hachiko, and she's like, I can't believe that I've been talking about this.
Dumbass.
I'm so selfish. Like, I can't believe I've done Nana dirty like this. Like, I was talking about the concert.
Before Hachiko found out, Nana had already said yes to the tickets, right?
I don't know.
I think she did, because when she was talking to Nobu, to Nobu and Sheen,
So white.
which is really funny that Nobu and Sheen are both like two like very capitalistic things in America, like Nobu the sushi house and then Sheen the. Anyways, so then, Hachiko finds out, takes her home to her hometown, and then finally at one point, like, they start getting vulnerable, and Nana's like, oh, I never knew you felt like that. Like, I'll tell you anything you want me to. Hachiko's like, well, since now that you bring it up, are you still in love with Ren? And Nana's like, gag.
Yeah. And then, Nana says, you brought me here knowing about my past relationship with Ren. Mm-hmm. And at this point, I was like, ooh, maybe she shouldn't have done that. Ooh. But then she turns out to be really grateful for Hachiko for like bringing her like here. Like, in order to get some closure with Ren. I feel like if I was in the same situation as Hachiko, I probably wouldn't have done this. I'd be like, ooh, I wouldn't have brought Nana here. I'm probably like, she probably wants to avoid him, so let's not do this.
I just figured it out.
Okay.
I figured it out. I'm not homophobic about the gay thing. This is what I just figured it out because I'm thinking about this, right? And how like Ren's the romance. I value friendship over romance. You do. That is what's happening here. Yeah. It's probably because I've never really experienced romance in that way. So there is that. But that's what this is I think friendship is better than romance. Not better, but like meaningful. Is more sacred than romance any day. So you look like, I'm going to move this. You look like Jesus. I'm going to. The bridge. One step at a time. Ah. Wait, is it too high? I think it's too high. Oh, you're right. Hello, it's me, Alexandra. Oh, I'm just a little bit. I value friendship over romance at this point in my life because I evidently have not experienced a lot of romance. And then also like the romance industry is so fucking saturated. Oh my God, it's all making sense. I found it so refreshing that this show, the main two characters, it wasn't about romance. Yeah. You know how like when there'll be like a detective show or something and it's like about someone like getting skinned alive and they'll be like, but my boyfriend back home, oh my God. Like they just add a boyfriend in the plot and it's like that's not always necessary. I loved that romance was honestly on the back burner. It's all making sense. It's all making sense. Yeah, I love that romance was like on the back burner for this. Like at the end of the day, everything was grounded in the fact that in their friendship. So that's probably how I also in this scene like, Hachiko says like, oh, like don't you miss home, like whatever, and or something about like, doesn't your mom do this, like whatever, and she's like, well, my mom died. Like my mom like ran off with some guy, and then my dad like died or like whatever, and I was raised by my grandma, and who also died when recently. She was 15. And I think that shows because Hachiko does that a lot. What? She like takes her own situation and applies it to everyone else and just assumes that everyone isn't like on the same level. That's a good point. And it's like privilege because the same thing happened with Sheen. Like she was like, oh, won't your parents be worried? And then he's like, no, they won't care. And I think it was someone that was like, thank you for, I think it was Nana. Because right? Nana literally went. She was like, oh, okay. Like, and she was like, thank you for not saying that. Oh, but they do care. Yeah, I guess Nana was like, oh, wouldn't your parents be worried? And then she was like, no, I don't think my parents like care about me. And she's like, oh, well, cool. And I think Hachiko then was like, I'm sure your mom's worried. Yeah. Hachiko wasn't in the room, but like she definitely has said that. Yeah. And like, I think that shows like how sheltered she was and how privileged she was and just didn't realize it. I mean, I think that happens to all of us. Happens to the best of us, you know what I mean? I feel like I like assume that everyone, like I'm always shocked when people have good relationship with their parents because I'm like, oh, is no one like me? is everyone not exactly like me? That's crazy. It can come from different sides. Yeah. Who do you think the main character is? Hachiko. Yes. So but I wish it was Nana. But like I think that is so genius that Nana isn't the main character. Yeah. You know what I mean? She is. She's the main fixation. Because even the Hachiko kind of thinks that Nana's the main character. Right. Yeah. Hachiko's like, oh my God, Nana's the main character. Yeah. Even though that like, but we're only... I think like later there's some episodes where it's like Nana it does the intro, but that's like later. But it's like I wonder if this like was told from Nana from the start, how we would view Hachiko, because Hachiko's always out on the town with Shoji. Like if we didn't even get the Shoji shit, that would be cool. I don't want them to do it because I want them to leave it alone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the franchise alone. But so they go to this concert, and Hachiko has front row seats because she's a trap nest ride or die. And Nana's like, yeah, I'll go, whatever. Nana does tell Hachiko, like, the thing where it's like, thank you. Like, we don't get like a full in-depth, like, well, it all started. And then we go to the concert hall. Hachiko's very you at Blackpink, being like, okay, I'm gonna go get the what do we get the info card thing or whatever? I mean, like, let's see this as that. And then Nana's like, okay, I'm gonna go get a smoke, whatever. And the sensation in my body upon first watching when Trapness comes out on stage. First of all, I genuinely like their music.
Yeah, they're good.
Reira is such a good singer.
She really is.
Like, the music is so good. And like, my favorite thing about the scene is that you think like only Nana's being affected when like there's the tears, and then there's that friendship aspect again where like it didn't give me romance, like them holding hands and like Nana
No,
crying.
not in that scene.
Yeah.
No.
It gave like unabashed support and being like, I understand you. I feel like the Nanas have an understanding of each other that like no one else does.
Yeah. I think also I was expecting Ren to not be there.
Oh shit! Where would he be?
I thought it was gonna be the type of thing where like, cause he showed up, didn't he?
After?
Like, no, before.
Oh yeah, he talked to Yasu before.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be the type of thing where like he went to Tokyo.
Oh, it pissed me off so bad. That pissed me off so bad.
Literally thought that was what was gonna happen. That he went to Tokyo to go get her. To go
don't piss
get
me
Nana,
off. Oh, don't piss me
then
off.
He wasn't in the concert. I was so sure I guessed it, but I didn't. I mean, good. I'm glad. I'm glad he was there.
This is one of my favorite scenes because I also like this show also is very like, I think it's humorous, like it's really funny in some aspects. The fact that also knowing about the band, because like the Trapness becomes such a part of the plot later and like you know every character, but like when they get off stage and Tamaki, who's like long-haired bro, he was like, hey Ren, you messed up in the first act, and like everyone's like, oh did he, whatever, and then Ren is on the phone with Yasu.
I messed up.
I was so shocked that I messed up in the first, so you get to see that like Tamaki and Ren are really into the music and like are actually really geniuses at what they do. And
I love her voice. Like her speaking voice is very raspy. So hot.
The dub is so good.
Yeah, this dub is really good.
Oh my god.
It kind of reminds me of, Death Note, where it's like, I can't imagine this in Japanese.
Maybe there was just a golden era of dub in the 2000s.
Maybe. With like very specific series.
Yeah, maybe.
Madhouse did it.
Madhouse fucking went in, bro.
Yeah.
Nana cries in the front row. Oh my god.
They both cry.
The fucking music.
The song was great. It's fantastic. I thought it was a good anime closing.
Right?
After the concert, Ren talks to, what's his name?
Yasu? Yes. Yasu.
Yasu. And he says, if you don't want to see her again, I'll take her for myself. And I died. Because we didn't mention this, but Nana and Yasu have a moment in his apartment. It's very strange, and I don't get it.
Which part?
The part where she goes to his apartment and is like, oh, like, did I wake you? Like, were you sleeping? And he was like, no, I've been working all night, like, whatever. And then she lays on his bed, and then they kind of have a moment, and then she leaves, and then she leaves kind of like annoyed or like angry, and then he like looks out the window and sees her staring at the window, and then she's like so embarrassed she leaves. And I was like, what the fuck is that about? I was like, what is she like actually into him? And then I was like, because I thought Yoshiko was just, being stupid guy crazy. And not clearly seeing like I was like, Yoshiko, there are different relationships in life. Not everything is about being in love.
Unreliable narrator.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. But then, do you think maybe that's what it was?
What?
Because this is from Hashiko's perspective?
What?
Because the story is told from Hashiko's perspective. Maybe that moment between them wasn't as romantic as it's made out to seem, but because Hashiko's telling the story, that's how it was portrayed.
I think
because
she wasn't there.
she wasn't there, but I'm saying like maybe Nana told her, and like this is how she like is viewing this moment. And she doesn't even know what happened, but she's like assuming, or is that like too meta? I don't know.
I wouldn't count it out.
Okay.
I wouldn't count it out. I never thought about that though.
Because it was so out of care. I felt like it was so out of character for Nana to do this.
I think it was like to show how shaken up the fight got her. She's not used to like caring about people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also I feel like she also wasn't
She's
used to
avoidant.
having.
She's avoidant. This is a story about an avoidant attachment style and an anxious attachment style.
Like she's not used to being comfortable, and I think she finally got comfortable, like was slowly enjoying that with Hachiko, and then Hachiko snapped because Misato was there. But Yasu and Nana, it's just so like, it's when Yasu is, it's the nice guys finish last thing. Like Yasu is too cognizant and too mature to like see Nana as like the baby that she is, and like all of the damage, and like how like it's not fair to her for him to be in love with her, and like how she needs him to not be in love with her.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is.
Or
and,
like she's too like it's like the toxic.
he's not selfish enough.
Yeah. Like
Ren is.
It wouldn't be, I think I would argue that it would be good for Nana if Yasu was in love with her and that they would be together.
Love fucks everything up.
But I don't know. I also thought that was kind of like the way that this show paints love is very dramatic.
Maybe I wrote it.
Yeah, I know.
really
I was
for
like,
me.
is love really this difficult?
really
I mean,
for
it
me.
hasn't been for me.
This is one of my favorite scenes of all time.
Who is it?
It's Nana.
He almost dies.
Hello to you too.
Does he like almost choke on his full cigarette? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
oh
he,
my
like, inhales it.
god. The man almost dies.
Yeah, so
I
like
Nana
it.
is such a lesbian. I'm sorry. Even if she's not in love with Hachiko, that masked queen is a lesbian. Like Hachiko's like, oh, why doesn't she wear a skirt or like a dress or something? Leave the masked queen alone. leave her to wear whatever she wants. I think Ren and Nana are cute.
Oh, I die for them.
But Nana is a fucking lesbian.
I think so. That's what people say about me, though.
Yeah, and what happened? And how did that story end?
I just walk into these.
You do. How did that story end, Alexandra?
The look on your face. Oh. Let me be professional. Okay.
I was kind of bored by this show. I'm sorry.
No, I see that. Not from you, but I was watching it being like, okay.
I think it's a good background show. Like if I was doing other things. I think it's different if I would have watched this as a teen and I had that nostalgic factor, I definitely would have loved it a lot more. Because if I was like a teen and I was watching this, I'd be like, I feel like I would be like you. Like I would be formulated by these characters and these emotions. But, you know, I hate that it's straight.
You think this would be better as gay?
Yeah.
Where would the plot go?
Oh, so many places.
Where?
Because you can still have like you can have like the same sort of plot as like Yashiko and you know, being boy crazy and getting cheated on, but then realizing that she is her own person who exists outside of men. And the world opens to her when she realizes that she's in love with Nana as a human being. I feel like obviously that's not what the story is. It is kind of what the story is outside of like romance love, but like, and then Nana, you could have the same elements as what the show is, just like have the end be them ending up together romantically. Because I think there is like a way that you could do this where like you realize that like they realize that they're their own person outside of how men see them. Because I feel like a lot of the show is how men see Hashiko and how men see Nana as like superficial things, and then them getting to know themselves and each other as like genuine human beings with like a genuine connection. I feel like that's special, and it's still special as like friendship, but it could also be special as a romance.
Okay.
So, but anyway,
Maybe I'm aromantic. That's not true. Not true at all.
But
what did we learn?
I learned how you think.
Listen, you went
Like,
to LA and watched Nana.
I know.
You really lived in my body.
Yeah, I learned
was
how
it?
you think and how, because I have a difficult time putting myself in other people's shoes, because I'm so myself and I'm like, everyone thinks like me, and obviously that's not the case at all.
Right.
And so this was like a peek inside your brain.
I love that.
It's so Alexandra Pole coded.
It's so fucked up that I'm a Cancer and a Scorpio now I think about it.
Yeah, it is fucked up.
That no one deserves to have that in their chart. In their big three. Oh, I learned from like first watching this on how to like write characters and how to like it's very meta the way that we're viewing them like through the male gaze, through what they know they look like through the male gaze.
Yeah.
Spooky, but yeah. Love this show. Love Vivienne Westwood. Love the fashion. Love the writing. I recommend reading the manga. I recommend Paradise Kiss as well. For an Archangel's rating,
Oh, yes.
I don't feel like going through the rubric. So just overall, non-biased from an Archangel's perspective, I will give Nana a 7.5 out of 10.
I was going to say 7. Yeah.
From an Alexandra Cancer Sun Scorpio Rising,
10 out of 10.
18,000. What do you mean? All right, Archangels, this has been a review of Nana, the best anime in the world. If you want to know me, watch this anime in full, read the manga, and cry about it. Stay blessed. Don't be pressed. Use that Crest white strip on the tip of your teethus.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus. We'll see you next week.